If I had to move to Suffolk all over again tomorrow, knowing everything I know after living here since 2009, where would I choose? Honestly, the answer probably isn't quite what you might expect. Because one of the biggest mistakes I see people make when moving to Suffolk is thinking Suffolk is one thing. It definitely isn't. I've shown buyers two houses that were both in Suffolk, both around the same price point, and the day-to-day experience would have been completely different. One might have been a great fit. The other would have had them wondering why they moved there 6 months later. And that's because Suffolk is the largest city by land area in Virginia. Now, that sounds like a fun trivia fact, but it actually matters, because Suffolk can mean waterfront communities with restaurants and golf courses nearby. It can mean established suburban neighborhoods. It can mean a historic small town downtown. Or it can mean sitting on an acre of land where your nearest neighbor isn't 20 feet from your back door. Those are all very different lifestyles. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through the 6 areas I'd tell my own family to look at if they were moving to Suffolk today. Who each area is right for, who it probably isn't right for, and how I'd think through the decision if I were in your shoes. If we haven't met, I'm Jason Edwards. I'm a retired Navy senior chief and a real estate agent with eXp Realty here in Hampton Roads. I've lived in Suffolk since 2009. I bought my first home here, raised my family here, and I still call Suffolk home today. So this isn't me reading a brochure or repeating something I found online. This is based on actually living here for more than 15 years. And before we jump in, if you're trying to compare Suffolk to Chesapeake, Virginia Beach, Norfolk, Portsmouth, or anywhere else in Hampton Roads, I've got a free Hampton Roads relocation guide linked below that'll help you compare commute, cost of living, and lifestyle before you start falling in love with houses on Zillow. All right. Let's talk about the 6 areas I'd seriously consider if I were moving to Suffolk today. Let's start with the area where I actually ended up, Kings Fork. When I bought my first home here in 2009, I was working in Norfolk on Naval Station Norfolk, and there were really 2 things I wanted. I wanted more house for my money, and I wanted less daily traffic frustration. At the time, Kings Fork checked both of those boxes. Back then, be driving home from Naval Station Norfolk, I'd get through the downtown tunnel heading home from Norfolk, and traffic basically disappeared as soon as I got through the tunnel. It was amazing. I'd get home, I could run to the grocery store at 5 in the afternoon and be in and out in 15 minutes. No sitting in parking lots, no wading through 3 cycles of a traffic light, no wondering why a 5-minute errand somehow turned into 45 minutes. Now, full disclosure, Suffolk has grown a lot since then. The secret's gotten out. It's not exactly like it was in 2009. But compared to a lot of Hampton Roads, Kings Fork still feels calmer to me than a lot of parts of Virginia Beach, Norfolk, or Chesapeake. And that's one of the reasons I stayed. Now, here's the part that might surprise you a little bit. If it was entirely up to me, I'd probably live even further out. Give me an acre or more. No HOA. Give me enough room that I don't know what my neighbors had for dinner last night. That sounds pretty good to me. But, as they say, marriage is compromise. And Kings Fork ended up being a pretty good middle ground. You get some space, you get established neighborhoods, you get newer neighborhoods, you get access to downtown Suffolk, and you still have the conveniences you need without feeling like you're living in the middle of everything. So, who is Kings Fork for? It's for the buyer who wants a little bit of balance. You want some breathing room, you want some space, but you don't want to drive 30 minutes every time you need groceries. Who should probably skip it? If your biggest priority is being close to waterfront amenities, restaurants, breweries, and shopping, we're gonna talk about an area in a minute that's probably a better fit. That area is Harbour View. If convenience is your priority, Harbour View deserves a serious look. It's got restaurants, breweries, golf, shopping, waterfront access. It's one of the, if not the most amenity-rich part of Suffolk. And I completely understand why people love it. In fact, when I'm talking with relocation buyers who tell me they want things to do, places to eat, and conveniences nearby, Harbour View is usually one of the first areas we talk about. But here's my honest take. As much as I enjoy Harbour View, I don't know that I'd want to live right in the middle of all of it. Personally, I'd rather live close enough to enjoy it than directly inside it. That's just my personality. I'm a little more of a space and quiet kind of a guy than a walk to the brewery guy. But that's exactly why this conversation matters. Because what I want and what you want might be two completely different things. If your ideal Saturday includes grabbing brunch, hitting the golf course, meeting friends for dinner, and having all of that within a few minutes of home, Harbour View is going to be pretty attractive. The trade-off is pretty straightforward. You're generally paying more for location, convenience, and amenities. And because people know it's desirable, homes there tend to get attention when they hit the market. So who is Harbour View for? People who prioritize convenience, lifestyle, and amenities. Who should probably skip it? Someone whose top priority is getting the most house and land possible for their money. For that buyer, there are better options in Suffolk. Now, let's talk about Bennetts Creek. If Harbour View feels a little too busy for you, but you still want to be in northern Suffolk, Bennetts Creek is worth a look. To me, Bennetts Creek feels a little more established, a little less destination, a little more neighborhood. One of the things I genuinely like about this area is Bennetts Creek Park. You've got water access, a boat ramp, trails, open space, and those are the kinds of things that quietly improve your quality of life after you move somewhere. You don't necessarily move because of a park, but 6 months later, you're glad it's there. The neighborhoods in this area tend to feel established and settled. Not brand new, not overly busy, just comfortable. And for a lot of people, that's exactly what they're looking for. Who is Bennetts Creek for? Someone who wants northern Suffolk access without necessarily paying Harbour View prices. Someone who wants a suburban feel without feeling like they're living in the middle of a commercial district. Who should probably skip it? If you want a true rural lifestyle or a highly walkable lifestyle, there are better fits coming up. Real quick, if you're trying to compare Suffolk to Chesapeake, Virginia Beach, Norfolk, or anywhere else in Hampton Roads, grab my free Hampton Roads relocation guide below. It's designed specifically for people trying to figure out where they fit before they start scheduling showings and falling in love with houses that may not actually fit their lifestyle. Like I said, the link is down in the description below. Go grab it. Now, let's talk about the version of Suffolk that honestly appeals to me the most, rural Suffolk. And before somebody jumps into the comments, yes, I know, that's a huge area. I'm talking about some of the more rural pockets south and west of downtown, areas of Chuckatuck, and other parts of Suffolk where space becomes the priority. I mentioned it before, but if I'm being completely honest, this is probably where I'd end up if I were moving today. Not because it's the most convenient, not because it's the trendiest, because I like space. One of the things that makes Suffolk unique in Hampton Roads is that you can still find properties with acreage. You can still find homes where you're not staring directly into your neighbor's living room. You can still find detached workshops, larger lots, and a little more breathing room. And for some buyers, that's the dream. But here's where people get sideways. The same thing that gives you the space also means you're further away from things. More driving, fewer nearby amenities, longer trips to restaurants, shopping, and entertainment. That's the trade-off. You don't get the peace and privacy without giving up a little convenience. So who is rural Suffolk for? Someone who values space more than convenience. Someone who wants a little land. Someone who wants a little separation from the hustle and bustle. Who should probably skip it? If your idea of a good location is being 5 minutes from everything, you're probably not gonna love living 20 minutes from everything. The next area on my list is one I think a lot of buyers overlook. And honestly, I think it might be a mistake. Downtown Suffolk. Most buyers immediately start looking at newer subdivisions. They never seriously consider downtown. But downtown has something that newer neighborhoods just can't create: character. The mature trees, the historic architecture, the local businesses, the community events, the fact that it actually feels like a small town downtown. You can tell you're somewhere with history. Now, I'm not gonna oversell it. Older homes come with older home realities. Sometimes that means older systems. Sometimes it means more maintenance. Sometimes it means things showing up during an inspection that you wouldn't see in a 5-year-old house. That's just part of owning an older home. But if you appreciate character and uniqueness, downtown Suffolk deserves more attention than a lot of buyers give it. Who's it for? Someone who wants something with personality. Someone who values character over cookie cutter. Who should probably skip it? If your dream home is brand new, maintenance-free, and loaded with the latest finishes, downtown probably isn't where I'd start. The last area I'd consider is the Bridge Road area. And I want to be completely honest about this one. It's a mess right now. There's construction, traffic headaches, growing pains. If you're looking at homes in this corridor, you need to know that going in. But here's why I still think it's worth talking about. The reason all that work is happening is because this area just keeps growing. People want to live here. Builders want to build here. The infrastructure investment is real. And eventually, the construction will end. Now, I obviously don't have a crystal ball. I can't tell you exactly what values are going to do. But I can tell you that cities don't typically spend money expanding infrastructure in areas they think are shrinking. So for buyers who are thinking long-term, this area is worth understanding. Who's it for? Someone who's willing to deal with today's frustrations because they believe in the long-term future of the area. Who should probably skip it? Anybody who's already tired of traffic before they even move here. The funny thing about Suffolk is that every area on this list appeals to a completely different buyer. If you want convenience and amenities, Harbour View. If you want balance, Kings Fork. If you want established suburban living, Bennetts Creek. If you want character, downtown Suffolk. If you want space and privacy, rural Suffolk. And if you're thinking long-term growth, the Bridge Road area. There isn't one right answer. The right answer depends on what you value. And honestly, that's the mistake a lot of buyers make. They start with the house. I think you should start with the lifestyle. Figure out how you want to live first, and then find the house that supports that. I've said it a couple times, but if you're comparing Suffolk to Chesapeake, Virginia Beach, Norfolk, Portsmouth, or anywhere else in the Hampton Roads area, grab the free Hampton Roads relocation guide below. It'll help you compare commute, cost of living, and lifestyle before you make a decision. And if you're planning a move and want help figuring out which area fits your situation, your budget, your commute, and your goals, all my contact information is in the description below. Give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, whatever is most comfortable for you. And let me know in the comments, which version of Suffolk sounds most like home to you? Can't speak. Rural Suffolk? Harbour View? Downtown? I'd love to hear it. I'll talk to you soon.